the floor to our first speaker, Derk-Jan van Heerden. I hope I pronounced the names properly, from Aethos in Netherlands. You can start sharing your screen, Derk-Jan.
Yep. Yes, I think you're now seeing the right one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so thank you for having me this opportunity. What I want to share with you about is what Aethos is doing, and why I started it, the foundation, and hopefully it will trigger you a mind to see if you can also help us. And I'm talking about the recycling of the materials that are left when aircraft stop flying. So aviation is awesome, as everybody of you already know, probably, because that's why you're also part of this community, I guess. All businesses are difficult, but aviation is unique and perfect, as you all know. We're just very special. Aircraft are getting more fuel efficient, which is a fantastic step forward. And aviation is also very good in reuse of those parts, because keeping airplanes flying requires enough serviceable parts and that are being replaced if they are malfunctioning. And there's also a lot of people who are creative in building something new from aircraft that stop flying. They cut off the fuselage or windows and turn it into something else. However, there's always stuff left, and what's done with the remaining materials? That is what Aethos is working on. Because the aircraft fly relatively long, and as a result, the material choices that were made 50 years ago, which are now still being used by airplanes that are flying now, are something that are recycling challenges more difficult than they were back then, because then it was not an important issue. Quantity is very low, because we're only talking about 700, 800 aircraft annually. We just need enough materials to make the recycling work. And if you're only doing one or few airplanes a year, the amount of kilos is just way too low. And also the weight of an aircraft is very important, meaning that's also not enough materials, but also that recycling becomes less important. And that's why there are different materials attached to each other, which make the aircraft more lighter, but the recycling is therefore more difficult. That said, aviation always chooses specific unique materials, and that means that the recycling is also challenging or different. So there is not possible to have a profit model for improving the recycling. Legislation will, however, demand that also the aviation improves the recycling of materials. And that is why the foundation is here. Aircraft can fly away, and then the recycling can be easier because in different countries where the demand is lower, will save the cost. So what Aethos is doing for building a bridge between one side, the aviation world, the other side, the recycling world, and thirdly is also the research world. We're trying to combine the communications with them and figure out solutions that will help the aviation step forward. We've done the first projects. We will be sharing those very soon. And we now have an official group of friends of 25 companies, and everybody that's here that wants to know more, wants to become a friend, you're more than welcome. And we're hoping to start a few extra projects pretty soon. So this is my presentation. Become a friend of Aethos if you feel that this is an area where you can benefit from because you're looking for solutions for waste streams that you're dealing with, or the other way around, you have a solution, but you just need to share it within the aviation world. Thank you for your time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to be friends with you, and I'm hoping that I just made it within 5 minutes. Can I get the thumb up? Yeah, okay. There you go.
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes. I should have.
It was 4 minutes, so it was perfect. We have extra time for questions, indeed, if anyone has. I don't know if we had someone on the chat or someone that wants to say it out loud. Otherwise, I will go ahead and ask you a question concerning like this friends group you were mentioning. Is it like let's say, the client base you're working with, or is it like a collaborative space that you're connecting?
The idea is to combine the right person that work within an aviation company or a research company that is doing this actual work and building a bridge. Because a lot of, let's say, it is not a commercial opportunity for aircraft owners or aircraft builders to do this better, but we need to work together to get those weight numbers high enough that those technologies can work. So we prefer to have friends that are just actively working to throw away the waste and figuring out a better solution than just dumping it somewhere. Instead of having talks with somebody who's commercially oriented and doesn't want to show the world that they are environmental friendly, but they don't understand the technical challenges behind it.
Thanks. Very interesting initiative. Thank you, Derk-Jan.